Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about class 10's the chapter arithmetic progressions and a very important topic, general term of an AP or nth term of an AP. AP means arithmetic progressions. So before we start and before we go to the main part of an nth term of an AP and its expression, I just want to recall some of the portions from the last class. That is, first term we can write it as T1, that is equals to A. Second term will be A plus D if D is the common difference. I am writing in short form here. So it's T2 A plus D. T3 will be A plus D plus D. It can be written as A plus 2D. T4, in the same manner we can write A plus 3D and dot dot dot. Now we will be writing Tn's value. Now look, in every terms the first part, that is A, is common, and the second part how it is formed, we have to look at the pattern. So look, first one is we can write it as 0 into D. Second one we can write it as 1 into D. Third one, this 2 can be written like this, A plus 3 minus 1 into D. This 3 can be written like A plus 4 minus 1 into D. So ultimately you can see that this 4 is coming here. That means there is a relation between these two portions. So we can conclude that A plus n minus 1 into D will be the expression for Tn. And Tn is nth term of the AP or general term of the AP. So actually you can say that this particular expression Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 n minus 1 into D is a formula, and we will be using this formula throughout the upcoming exercise, that is exercise 5.2. So without wasting any time, we will be going to exercise 5.2 directly, and there are some of the questions that I have already chosen for you, and I will be doing and discussing all the portions, all the difficulty levels of it. And regarding that, applying these all formula and the preliminary applications, you can do all other questions by your own also. So let's start the exercises sums. Now look at this table. For question number 1, the question statement is telling that fill in the blanks in the following table given that A is the first term, D is the common difference, and N means Tn. I will be using Tn in spite of N the nth term of the AP or the general term of the AP. Now look at this table. Here A, D, N and An, which what I told that Tn I will be using throughout the chapter, so that you will also be used to it. Okay, so A's value 7, 3, 8 for the first question, 7, D's value 3, N's value 8. N's value means number of terms, that is 8. You have to find out Tn, that means T8. Actually here you have to find out T8. So how I will be doing it? Look at the procedure of the answer. So it's number 1, question number 1, what is given? We will be writing the given parts first. So A is equals to 7, D equals to 3, N equals to 8. We will apply this formula, that is Tn. Tn means here we have to find out T8 because N's value is 8 given in the question. So it is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the formula. Now A's value is 7, N is 8 given, and D is 3 given. Okay, so ultimately after calculation we are getting 7 plus 7 into 3, it's 21, so 28. So 28 is the answer. Final answer is 28. Okay, so you can fill up the blank here 28, but you have to show the process. Now number 2, the same formula. Here you have to find out D. D is missing, other 3 are given, so I am doing number 2 also. Number 2, A equals to minus 18. D is missing. D you have to find out. n equals to 10, Tn equals to 0, right? So we will again put the formula, the same formula, that is Tn equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. So it's a's value, Tn's value already given as 0, so we will put here 0 in place of Tn in the second line. Then a means minus 18 here, it is given in the question, plus n means 10, 10 minus 1 into d means d here, because d we don't know, d's value is unknown here. So it's 0 is equals to minus 18 plus 9d. It means 9d is equals to 18. From this we can conclude d is equals to 2. So d's value is 2 and that's the answer. So here in the table you have to put in this blank, but to put d equals to 2. Simple. So in the same way you can find out other 3 questions answers. That means this blank, that is a, this is n, and this is tn again. So these 3 will be your practice work. So students, now I'm coming to question number 3. Question number 2 you can do by your own, so I'm not doing those. Question number 3, but before we do question number 3 all questions, I just want to share with you another topic, and its name is arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. Now normally mean, the word mean itself, its meaning is actually average, you can say. Now here what it will be, think about that a comma b comma c, these 3 numbers are in AP. If these 3 numbers are in AP, then we can say that their difference will be common. That means b minus a is equals to c minus b, because t2 minus t1 will be equal to t3 minus t2. So from this we can write down 2b equals to a plus c. It means b is equals to a plus c divided by 2. Okay, so here we can write a comma a plus c by 2 comma c. That means this middle one is arithmetic mean of a and c. Here it is b, but b's value ultimately will be a plus c by 2. So for question number 3, the very first question of question number 3, it's 2 and then there is a blank, means you have to fill this blank, and then 26. Okay, so what you have to do, this is the middle one, and in the question it is given that they are in AP. Okay, so we will follow this one, this formula, a plus c divided by 2. So this is a, this is c, so what will be its value? It will be 2 plus 26 divided by 2, and it means 28 divided by 2, it means 14. Okay, and that will be the answer. So we will write here in the box 14. Similarly, number 2 I am doing. Number 2, one box, then 13, then another box, and then 3. So we will not look at the first box. We will look at first the second one, this blank, and then we will follow the same rule, a plus c by 2. So what it will be? It will be 13 plus 3 divided by 2. It means 16 by 2. That means it will be 8. Now look, from this we can find out 3 consecutive terms of an AP. That means you can find out d is equals to 8 minus 13 or d equals to 3 minus 8. In both the cases we will get 5. Sorry, minus 5. Okay, in both the cases we will get minus 5. That means d equals to minus 5. So if we take this one as a, just suppose this first term is a, then a plus d is equals to second term, that is 13. A plus of minus 5 equals to 13. That means a is equals to 13 plus 5, so it's 18. Finally we can put 18 in this box. Okay, again I am repeating this question. Second box to be filled up first by the formula a plus c by 2, arithmetic mean formula. Once we have got these three consecutive numbers in AP, we can easily find out its common difference with the formula next term minus the previous one. So we have got in both the cases minus 5. Now if this one is A, that is the first term, so we can write A plus D is equals to second term, that is 13 given in the question. So A plus D's value is minus 5, so minus 5 is equals to 13. That means A equals to 18, and this is the answer. So these two will be there in the boxes. Similarly, question number 3. It is given like 5 and then consecutive 2 blank boxes and then 9.5. So first I am writing 5 blank box, and then 9.5 I am writing in mixed fraction. So it's 9 2s are 18, 19 by 2. Okay, so it's actually 19 by 2. Now what we will be counting? We will be counting that which position this one having. 9.5. This is the fourth term, right? So we are writing like this. It's T1, it's T2, T3 and T4. Now we all know that T4 is equals to A plus 3D. T1 means A. So T4 equals to A plus 3D. T4's value given as 19 by 2. A's value given as 5. That means 5 plus 3 into D. D we don't know. We have to find it out. So it's ultimately we are getting 2 5s are 10 plus 2 3s are 6D. We can get 6D as 19 minus 10, that's 9. So D is equals to actually 3 by 2. So once we have got D equals to 3 by 2, that means this portion will be 5 plus 3 by 2. So in this blank, we will be getting 5 plus 3 by 2. It means it's 13 by 2. So we will write here 13 by 2, or you can directly write down 6 whole 1 by 2. Okay, 6 whole 1 by 2. Now this one was already given in mixed fraction form, and this is in improper. So we will find out the answer in mixed fraction because the question is given in mixed. So 6.5. The next one will be 13 by 2 plus 3 by 2. So it will be 16 by 2. Ultimately it's 8. So it will be 8 here. So in this way, all other questions of question number 3 can be done. So other two questions, that is number 4 and number 5, you will do as your practice work. Coming to question number 4. Question number 4, you can see the question here. Which term of the AP 3, 8, 13, 18 is 78? That means you have to find out 78's position in this AP. It is already given that these all numbers are already in AP. You have to find out 78's position. How we will do it? All these type of questions will be done in the same process. So everybody minutely look at the process. 78, let Tn equals to 78, A equals to 3, D equals to 8 minus 3 equals to 5. A equals to 3 given. D we have got from the calculation T2 minus T1, that is equals to 5. Now we know Tn is equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the formula of nth term or general term. Tn's value 78, A 3, n minus 1 we will put it as n minus 1 because we don't know the value of n, and D 5. So it's 78 is equals to 3 plus 5n minus 5. That means we can say that 5n is equals to 78 plus 5 minus 3. So finally we are getting 5n as 73. This portion 78 minus 3, 75 plus 5, that means 80. n is equals to 80 by 5. So it's 80 by 5, 5 ones are 5 and 3 0, so it's 6, that means 16. So how we will write the answer? In the same way the statement is given in the question. So therefore 16th term of the AP is 78. Okay, and this will be the final answer line. Coming to question number 5, there are two questions under question number 5. Find the number of terms in each of the following APs: 7, 13, 19, 205 and then 18, 15 and a half. You have to make it in improper first. 13, minus 47. The thing is that the question's language is little bit different, but the answers process will be exactly same as question number 4 that I just have done. So I am not doing it. So question number 5, number 1 and number 2 also will be your practice work. I will be going to question number 6 directly because this is very important for this time board exam. Question number 6, it is told that check whether minus 150 is a term of the AP 11, 8, 5, 2, or not. So we will be checking it in the process. Minus 150 will be the term to be checked. Okay. So whatever the term will be given for checking, we will take it as Tn. Let Tn equals to minus 150 and we will write here if possible. Because we are checking, so we don't know whether it is possible or not. So Tn equals to minus 150 and then the same process, exactly same as the process of the question number 4. A is equals to 11. D equals to 8 minus 11, that is minus 3. Keep the negative terms, negative numbers always inside a bracket so that you will not get the wrong calculations. So Tn is equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. The same formula again will be used. Minus 150 equal to A means 11 plus n minus 1. N we don't know, so n minus 1. D means minus 3. Look, I have kept all the negative numbers inside the bracket. So it's minus 150 plus, it's minus 11 is equals to n minus 1 into minus 3. It means minus 161 is equals to n minus 1 into minus 3. Then we can find out n minus 1 is equals to minus 161 divided by minus 3, and it becomes, if we are cancelling negative signs, then we are getting 161 divided by 3, and then n is equals to 161 divided by 3 plus 1. It's actually becoming 164 divided by 3. Now we will check whether 164 is properly divisible by 3 or not. Means we need to anyhow get n's value as natural number, because n is the counting positions here. So counting numbers can't be 0 or negative, so or fraction. So it must be a natural number. So we will divide it. 3 5s are 15 and then 14 left. So it is not properly divisible by 3. So we will directly write down not equal to a natural number. So as n is not equals to a natural number, we will say minus 150 is not a term of the AP or of the given AP, whatever you want to write. Minus 150 is not a term of the given AP. Okay. So I have completed up to question number 6, and that's all for today. I hope you all have understood all the questions type and its procedure to get the answer. Now it's your time to practice on it. Okay, so we will meet in the next video with any other topic. Till then, have a good day.